Okay, everyone, welcome back. I am your host, Dr. Steve, and this is Know Your Rights. For those of you that have been following thus far, for those of you that just tuned in, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time with this, but this is Representative Matt Shea from the 4th District in the state of Washington that is reading a memo, an email from the lead investigator in the Bundy travesty, Larry Wooten, and what he uncovered as far as the corruption and the cover-up in this Bundy case. We're going to continue on from here.
And then we get to the end of this document, and I will end with this. Now, there was this push by the government to make it seem like there were no snipers down there in Nevada. Now, when I went down there, it was very clear that there had been snipers there. People had pictures of them. There was a lot of talk about them. So I was kind of shocked when the government took the position that there were somehow not snipers down there. But Special Agent Wooten addresses that, quote, at least one school-trained federal sniper equipped with a scope magnified optic bolt-action precision rifle and another federal officer equipped with a scoped magnified optic large frame caliber, this .308, were in overwatch positions. Additionally, the investigation also indicated the possibility that the FBI and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department had law enforcement snipers designated marksmen on hand for possible deployment. I want to talk about a few principles here that I have believed in, and I know many Americans believe in, and that is that a sniper rifle is not due process. You know, going down there and putting sniper rifle in our country, and for those of us that have served in the United States military overseas, that is a startling statement that we had sniper rifles pointed at American citizens without any due process whatsoever. It's also startling that some of these things, and I don't know what has been talked about in these sealed hearings, but it appears that some of these things and more of these things have not been disclosed to the American people. And going back to what I originally stated with the Public Records Act intent here in Washington State, these things not only need to be disclosed to the American people. I believe we have a duty to disclose them to the American people, because this right here is the smoking gun that what so many people believed had actually gone on behind the scenes in Nevada actually did go on behind the scenes, at least according to Special Agent Wooten. And because of that, again, I am going to be taking action on this. We have, again, 435,000 BLM acres in Washington State, and in our oversight capacity in the legislature, we have to, if there is any agency, any level of government, we have taken an oath to defend the Constitution of both the United States and the Constitution of the state of Washington. And this impacts all Americans, that this behavior in a federal agency was potentially tolerated, was potentially covered up, was potentially trying to be hidden from the American people. And this, at the very least, warrants an investigation. I believe, you know, Special Agent Wooten had done this and come forward as a whistleblower because he believes in America. And if his statements in here are accurate and correct, then there needs to be people fired from the BLM and prosecuted from the BLM, and also potentially, if exculpatory evidence was withheld, potentially from the prosecutor's office, but that's for somebody else to evaluate, not me. My job is to bring this to the public and to make sure that we follow up on this with all the power that we have to ensure an accurate investigation is done at the congressional level and also by Secretary Zinke and the Department of Interior.
Has Secretary Zinke been informed of any of this? Do you know?
I do not know if he has been informed of any of this. I, again, suspect that he's probably going to be blindsided by this, as I was, because it's very clear as you read this document that Special Agent Wooten is saying that there was information being withheld or intentionally kept compartmentalized. So I would suspect that would mean from superiors, but I don't know. Again, that would be total speculation. But I suspect that he is going to watch this video, and I know that he has a heart for doing the right thing. So again, the Trump administration, I have every faith and trust that they will do the right thing to bring those to justice that need to be brought to justice and to rectify this horrific situation.
You said you're going to share this document. That's quite a large document. It's like 18 pages, if I remember right. That you didn't you say 18?
It is, yeah. It's 17 or 18, yeah. So be sharing it online on my Facebook page, and be more than happy to make sure it gets shared over to Readout News.
Absolutely.
But this is going to, I think, change the way that many Americans view some of the things that we have maybe trusted for a very long time, like myself. And there's always good and bad actors in any organization, and we need to root out the bad actors, and that's what I aim to do by sending letters and making sure that Congress follows through on this and taking a look into this serious matter.
Well, I certainly hope that representatives in all the western states follow your lead and get to the bottom of this, because it certainly affects everybody.
Well, you certainly have some great representatives in Idaho. Congressman Raul Labrador, Representative Dorothy Moon, been doing a great job over there, and I'm going to make sure they get a hold of this as well.
Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate your diligence on this. Would you like to add any final words?
I think, Thomas Jefferson hit the nail on the head that we have to be eternally vigilant if we want to remain free. And I think that holding government agents accountable that have strayed off the course is part of that eternal vigilance.
Will you let us know if you get reactions from Secretary Zinke or even the Trump administration? We would dearly love to follow that one with you.
Absolutely, and I would love to follow up with you again, as Readout News has been doing a great job covering this entire thing, and I want to thank you as well for all your diligence down there to bring a lot of the things that were not public to the public spotlight.
Okay, folks, we're going to stop that there. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what I've just heard. I'm ashamed. I'm angry. I'm terrified. To think that this has been going on in government. I mean, and this is the Bureau of Land Management. If you look at the things that have been happening with Director Comey from the FBI, and with Mueller now that's heading the Russian investigation, I wonder how deep this goes. And it really is time for several different investigations to start clearing out the bad apples in the federal government and within law enforcement. We've watched it. We watch a lot of that with these First Amendment audit videos that we talk about a lot, and these Second Amendment audit videos that we talk about a lot. It's not just immune to federal agents. The law enforcement's doing it as well. They're out there violating people's rights, and they get investigated by their own department, and then their own department says, well, we investigated ourselves and we found ourselves to do no wrongdoing. Something's got to change. But anyway, that's it for me today. I will post a link to this entire video, so if you just want to watch it uninterrupted, you'll be more than happy to do so. I am your host, Dr. Steve. This is Know Your Rights. Take care, everybody. Protect the Republic.